Hello and welcome to our second show and share. I can't wait for you to see what everybody's done this week. If last week was this huge big ball of interesting music and art and humanity, this week is cool. Everybody stepped outside their own sphere and said, I'm going to try something a little bit different. We have everything from basic, simple, beautiful hymn tunes to pieces that people have composed on their own to more piano music from musicians. And if you didn't know, the one instrument that every music student in music school studies is piano. We all need to know how to play it. It's a brilliant system of music that helps solve a lot of problems and help us come up with answers to solutions and solutions to answers we don't know that we don't have yet, and vice versa. It's a wonderful instrument. So knowing how to play it is an excellent choice at this time. Just go ahead and fiddle with it and figure something out. A couple of students have done that, beautiful performances from both, as well as some ensembles that people have created with themselves. So I'm excited to show you what we have. So let's get started. Our first performance comes from Noah, who played the Weber Concerto last week. He's performing House Preview, and I'm not sure what it's from, but I think it's from a video game, maybe Animal Crossing or something like that, where he plays all the parts himself. I hope you enjoy it. That was created with a cappella, which is what I use to make the barbershop quartet stuff. If you have an Apple product, I encourage you to download it and start playing with it. It's a lot of fun, really enjoyable, very easy to make a great product out of it. If you have Android, there are a couple of options. I think one is called Jam Kazam, something like that. I've heard it's not quite perfect yet, but it's also a good option. You might consider that. Next, we have Mason, who last week played piano. He also plays oboe, but his oboe is currently in the shop. His school requested it back, so he's playing a little bit of what I call pianos of the Caribbean.
Hi, I'm Mason Malone. I will be playing piano while my oboe is being repaired.
Music truly does come from everywhere. Thank you very much, Mason. Next, we have a little bit of an interesting experience. Caroline will play the upper part of an oboe duet, and I will play the bottom part. This is Brahms's Lullaby. And Caroline's not been playing for very long, but she's come a long way. She's in high school, so it's amazing that she's willing to invest that much of herself in a new instrument. And I appreciate that hard work. So enjoy Brahms's Lullaby.
Hi, my name's Caroline. I play oboe, and I started at the end of the first semester this year, and I'm going to be playing Lullaby in the Intermediate Method book on page 12.
Pretty cool, huh? You can do that too. Pick a duet and send me the paper. Let me see the music, record your part, and I'll put it together somehow. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Cool. Great job, Caroline. Next, we're moving on to Ella's beautiful, simple hymn melody. She played the intro to Carmen last week, and she's playing a simple version of Amazing Grace.
Hi, I'm Ella, and I'm going to be playing Amazing Grace.
I love simple, beautiful folk tunes and hymn music. There's so much potential with so few notes. It's so interesting for me, who is a person of too many words, to be able to say so much with so little is just amazing. I can't do it, so there you go. However, speaking of, next with a lot of notes, I'm going to play you something I picked up a long time ago and gradually kind of worked on. It's a penny whistle tune. Penny whistle is like a recorder, but it's simpler. It only has about 6 finger holes. And I'm playing a piece written by Henry Mancini. You'll see it when I introduce it. It's called Penny Whistle Jig. So my show and share this week involves this. It's another one of my passions. I love the penny whistle. So I'm going to play a little bit of a piece, probably the whole thing, by Henry Mancini, who wrote The Pink Panther and wrote several other songs, and tunes for lots of movies back in the maybe 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s even. Lots of stuff, including The Pink Panther, like I said, that you know. But this is a piece called The Penny Whistle Jig, made popular by James Galway. Check it out. French horn. Da 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 da. Something like that. There you go. That is a lot of fun. When I first heard James Galway play that, I thought, I have to play that. So I actually learned it by ear over many years, just sitting with the recording and figuring it out. I think I've seen sheet music to it once or twice. The end part with all the scales, I didn't quite play the way he does, but it's the same idea. But that's what you can do if you just sit down and just kind of, I can do this, and just keep cranking. All right. Next, we move on to Allie. Allie's a bassoonist. Last week, she's the one who played the duet with her brother. She's playing on piano this week. It's another instrument that she takes lessons on. A piece called Harmony of the Angels. I hope you enjoy it.
My name is Allie Rogers, and I'm going to be playing Harmony of the Angels by Bergmuller. And I like this piece because it involves chord inversions, and me and my teacher are working on this.
case you didn't know, chord inversions are where we take, say, the three notes of a chord, 1, 3, and 5. So they're like two apart, they're like this. We can take this one and place it way up here, but it's the same note. It's like a C down here and up, down and up here. We can just switch position of it, and that's called inverting the chord. We can then take this note and put it up here and have the same three notes, but they're just like rolling over each other. That's what chord inversions are, like inverting the chord. And that's what that piece was based on. That's lovely, and I think it's a brilliant compositional idea. I love whoever wrote that. So brilliant. And you can do the same thing with just a series of the same notes. Just play some music building on those same notes. That's a basic compositional idea. Excellent. Moving on to Macy, who is a bassoonist. She's playing a bit of the second movement of the Mozart Bassoon Concerto. She just started working on it, and I think she sounds fantastic for the short amount of time she's had the piece. It's gorgeous, and I hope you enjoy it.
So I'm playing the Concerto in B flat for bassoon by Mozart, playing the second part starting at measure 4.
Great job, Macy. That's a fun piece to finally start digging into. There's a lot there. Yeah, it's kind of like the difference between reading Encyclopedia Brown and then skipping up to like War and Peace. Maybe. It's a big, there's a lot to do in that piece, and congratulations on starting working on that. It's a wonderful piece of music. Anything by Mozart is a lifelong journey. Next we go on to Mike. Mike is also a bassoonist. He will be playing part of his band's chorale piece, the bass part that he plays, and he'll be joining those two together. You'll get to hear both the upper melody and the lower harmony together. Enjoy Mike's performance of chorale number 12.
This is chorale number 12, soprano and bass. And this is bass.
I had grand designs of packing both Mike's first part and second part together and doing some modifications together. I ran out of time, and that takes a long time. You have to individually move notes around and slow the video clip down. I'll be learning those skills as we continue to do these, and hopefully one day I can do that. Or you can do it yourself with acapella or with, I think Jam Kazam is the name of the Android one. There are many options out there. Great, good job. Next, we'll move on to Jo, and I'm so excited for Jo. She will be playing a piece that she wrote herself. It's called First Try, and she'll explain it to you. Enjoy Jo's performance.
My name is Jo Ross, and I play the flute. And I'm going to be playing the first song that I ever wrote. It's called First Try. Fitting name, right?
And you can do that too. You can write your own piece of music. It's very simple. The way we did it last week, or the way that I explained it last week, is a beautiful idea. It's called question and answer. And we might make that a weekly, challenge. That might be our first challenge, maybe. I don't know. It's not for sure, but it's an idea. A question is a bunch of notes in a key that end on any note that's not tonic, meaning it doesn't have a period. It doesn't finish the sentence. Tonic is the key note. So in the key of F, tonic is F. In the key of B flat, tonic is B flat. So play a bunch of notes in on any note but B flat. It's kind of like a comma or a semicolon or a dash. And then play another series of notes, maybe that sound kind of like the previous set but end on tonic. And you have a question and answer. And that's a great way to start writing music. In technical terms, we call it tension and resolution. We build some tension and then we resolve it to the end of the sentence. Enjoy that. So this will be Jo's first time. First try. I'll get it right someday. Jo played First Try. Now moving on to the last piece we have today. Austin is playing another ensemble that he that he gathered himself, called Revenge. And I hope you enjoy this very interesting take on not only instrumental playing, but cinematography. He played some neat camera tricks that even I have a lot to learn from, and I would love to kind of steal some of his ideas. Hope you enjoy Austin.
Hello, I am Austin Hill. I'm a bassoon player at Maryville High School, and today I'm playing something a little nostalgic for all you gamers in here. It's a piece by Captain Sparkles. I think you know what I'm getting on here, but it's one of my favorite pieces, just lyrics-wise and composing-wise. It's just so nostalgic, it's something in your heart. But if the audio sounds weird, just ignore it. It's my phone audio when I'm recording right now. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. And just FYI, this is a very, very rough cut. I see a lot of things I could do differently, that I can do better next time, so next time will be better, but bear with me for this one.
How about that? So everybody today has just expanded everything, and I can't wait for everyone to start exploring the options that exist beyond the typical. What can you do with the time that you have right now that's a little different, or a different flavor of the same thing that you do, or like I said, even completely left field? Play a different instrument. Teach us something instead of feeling like you have to play. Playing is great, but if you have something else in your mind, you're like, that sparks my interest this week. I feel inspired and yeah, let me dive into that. That's interesting. That is what I want you to show off. That is the world I want you to bring us into. So find an interesting new field or new idea within music that makes you go and share that with us. Expand your view so that we can expand our view. Show us something new that we don't know. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this show and share. I'm looking forward to the upcoming weeks. I have plenty of ideas that we will begin to explore and go from there. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.